What's up, guys, gals, and gremlins, and welcome back to another episode of the 7 Days Mod Map Showcase with me, the one, the only, the Grimstone. Now, yes, we are back with another episode so quickly because honestly, I couldn't wait until this weekend to cover this map. Now, we do have a few versions of the map to look at that go along with a couple of different of the overhaul mods that are available, so let's not waste time, let's jump right in. All right, boys and girls, so before we jump all the way off into this map showcase, I did want to bring up something that was very near and dear to me. So I'm sure you noticed at the intro, I was wearing my Santa cap and not my signature cowboy hat. And other than to bring some holiday cheer and some festiveness into the episode, I'm wearing it for a much greater cause. So me and several of my YouTube friends and family, such as like Fried Badger, Silent Legion Gaming, Viper Gaming UK, just to name a few, are actually part of a charity fundraising event for the brave little boys and girls over at the Great Ormond Street Hospital Children's Charity. We're just trying to raise some awareness and raise some funds for these guys to make their Christmas just a little bit brighter and better. So if you would take just a second, glance down at the description below, tap the link that says GOSHmas with Grimm, and just show some love and support to these guys for a really, really awesome cause. Now, if you happen to be a YouTuber or a streamer, a Twitch streamer, or have any other content creation platform and you want to get involved with this event, there's actually another link in the description that simply reads join the GOSHmas team, and clicking that link will take you straight over to Fried Badger's site of his dream team of content creators that are actually helping out with this particular charity event. So with that being said, let's get into this map. All right, and thank you to previous me from last episode for reminding everybody of why I'm wearing my Santa cap. It's for a very good cause. All right, on to the showcase. So today we are taking a look at the Alpha 21 Mega Suburbia map by none other than Fluffy Panda. You should recognize him from our very first showcase. So this particular mod map does come in a variety of flavors and sizes, starting off with the vanilla version we have available in 610 and 16K sizes. The Darkness Falls with integrated PEP POIs, that comes in as well at 610 and 16K, and then we have the Ravenhearst version. Now that comes with a 6 and 10K version, with a 16K being possible in the future. That is to be determined. The description for this particular mod map reads, the Alpha 21 Mega Suburbia map by Fluffy Panda, including snowy mountaintop towns, real-world custom roads, custom-created split-lane roads and highways, and of course we have a custom-generated height map. Now, additional credit for this particular mod map does go to Kane for the ability to use the Darkness Falls overhaul mod, and Jax Teller 718 for the use of the Ravenhearst overhaul mod. Now, additional needed mods for this particular map. For vanilla, you don't need any. You just grab the size that you want and go. And then, of course, for Darkness Falls and Ravenhearst, you're going to need their respective overhaul mods installed before you can enjoy this map on any size. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the 10K vanilla version first. All right, so here we are in the vanilla version of the 10K map. We are already skybound, as you can see, in God mode as usual, with zombies turned off, so we are not bothered. Now, there are a couple of things that I've got to point out about this particular map from the start. Number one, there is a significant lack of the larger POIs, like the Dijon Tower and things like that, even in the vanilla version, because Fluffy did want to keep it true to the suburban feel. He didn't want to add a whole bunch of massive cityscapes and massive skylines and things like that in the vanilla version, and I really appreciate that. Kept it true to the title of the Mega Suburbia, and I really do like that as well. There is this awesome two-lane highway that just splits all the way down through the entire map, right through the middle, and I really think that's awesome. Kind of a direct link to from the top to the bottom. I think it's really cool. and you have all these roads that split off and take you to the different biomes. So it's actually really easy to navigate and really immersive to navigate throughout this map. Now, the biomes are set up in such a way that there is a really good integration between all of the different biomes, and this map does have all of them. It's got your forest, your burnt forest, your desert, your wasteland, and your snowy top mountains all over the place. Really good placement of some of the water, some of the lake type things. This is just a really well executed map. Now, I will say there is one small drawback to this map, and that comes in. I have tried this on. I haven't tried it on the smaller maps. I've done it on the 10 and the 16K size. But when you go to exit your map, we're going to go ahead and hit exit on the keyboard now to get out of the map, and you'll notice that it does take a good few seconds as we sit here and we wait for it to pop up. It does take a good few seconds for it to close. So if when you are playing this, if you're jumping in and out of your map and you notice that when you go to leave your map, it seems like your game has frozen, I promise it has not. It just does lag behind it just a little bit, and I'm sure that's something that Fluffy will address possibly in a later patch or update for this map. Other than that, I see no real drawbacks. So we're just going to kind of poke around here a little bit. This is the first major little suburbanite area that we see, and again, no super huge POIs. We see over there in the city on the skyline, we got a couple of larger POIs, but that's just about it. And those look to be, from here, those look to be like some of the apartments that you would see in a bustling city. We have a couple of the good mid-sized POIs over here, kind of nearby. But other than that, it is just a nice, healthy mix of the vanilla suburban style POIs, housing, stores, construction areas, working areas, things like that. A lot of detail went into the creation of this map. As always, it's something that we can just expect from Fluffy. We have Ball Strikes Bowling down there. What is this POI that we have over here? I do have a marker off in the background. We're going to go over there here in just a bit. We do have some of the large cathedral POIs that we would normally see. So we don't have too many of the super huge POIs, which goes right in line with the theme of this map. So let's jump over. Let's get some of that stuff off the screen. Let's jump over, take a look at the map, and see where we're going. So basically, we are going to follow this entire highway from top to bottom. We're just going to cut right through the middle of the map and follow the highway down, take a peek at everything. We're not going to get too deep into the exploration side of things because this map is pretty good size. It is highly detailed, and we do have two other versions that I would like to get to look at and show you guys. And timestamps for all of the different versions of this map are going to be in the description below. So if you want to skip ahead to a certain portion so that you can see your respective preferred map, like Ravenhearst or Darkness Falls, feel free to check out the timestamps below. We're going to jump down to this section of highway and explore the start of this good-sized little suburban area on the edge of the map here, and we will be right back. Alright, so here we are, just coming away from I really dig this. This is actually really cute. I think it's really cool. I wish there were assets that would let you actually turn this into a real highway and not just the paved roads within the mod packs that allow you to create these things. But either which way, I think that's a really nice touch and a really way to connect all the portions of the map. So we are just here. We're headed over to this small area, then we'll jump across and start over here. But this little spot right here kind of caught my eye. So over here we start off. Now this is going to look like one of the more developed suburban areas. It looks like we've got maybe some apartments and things like that going up. But still, you'll notice none of the super large POIs around. And you're not going to find many of the super large POIs, if any, on this map. I haven't had a chance to look at all of it, obviously, but you're not going to find many of the super large POIs here, but you will see a good few of the mid-sized POIs, the mid-tier, so to speak, for you to explore and have a good time with. And I don't know why it is not showing me. There it is. So this is Higashi Pharmaceutical, and I do think that's about as large as some of these POIs is gonna get. And again, you notice comparatively to things like the Vanity or Dashong Tower, those are not super large. We have the Ostrich right over here. That's a pretty well-known POI. So that's here. Now let's pop across the highway, and we're gonna start off right here, and we will be right back. All right, so here we are at the beginning of this pretty lengthy section of suburban area right here that's going to lead us down into, I believe that's either the wasteland or the desert. We'll see here in just a minute. All right, so again, as you can see, none of the super large POIs, just a good healthy mix of what you would expect to see in a bustling city. We have some of the larger cathedral style POIs and things like that. The Gentleman's Club down there, obviously, you would see that in most bustling little cities. Looks like we've got some apartments right there. Yeah, so a good bit, a good healthy mix of the suburban style POIs all over the place. As I'm getting some more pop in because I am flying a bit high. There we go, that's better. But a good healthy mix of the vanilla POIs, making this look like what used to be a nice upper middle class to upper middle class style of neighborhood, suburban style neighborhood, with a couple of the larger factory style POIs in some areas to make it look like people had a nice place to work. Overall, I really enjoy the aesthetic. Not super crowded. It's not just high rise after high rise after high rise. It is just a really well put together, really nice looking suburban style map. I honestly see myself on either the 6K or the 10K version of this on a playthrough myself sometime in the very near future. I just really like the way this looks. So as we head south, we're actually going to jump over here and we're going to cross over the highway into this area. This looks like another one of the fairly large areas, and we have some spotted forest and burnt forest areas. We're going to jump down into kind of this area and take a look on both sides of the highway, and we'll be back in just a moment. All right, and here we are in the desert on the map. As I said before, we are just here. I just popped in over here, and we're going to take a look at the larger of the halves right over here real quick and kind of see what we can see. Let's pop down a marker right here. All right, and here we are in the desert. Now I'm getting some real serious factory district vibes from this area. This kind of reminds me of some spots over in like Arizona, Nevada, not so much like Las Vegas, Nevada, but some of the more not desolate, but I get, well, obviously the suburban areas in like Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona. I really get that feel from the desert portions of this. As you can see, we've got lots of factories out here. Again, none of the super massive POIs. I see one large POI that looks like it might be a vanity tower over there in the distance, but the rest of it is going to be the suburban style, you know, blue collar, working class, upper middle class style of stuff as before. Absolutely love this. Yeah, I absolutely adore this. Got another factory down here. This is just really well executed. The roads have a lot of really good placement in them, and this place just looks like it was lived in and worked in and traveled in every single day. So let's pop back over to the map. That's down here in this area. So we are going to shoot straight across the highway, and it looks like we're going to be coming into the wasteland area just down here. And it looks like, if you're looking behind this area, it looks like we actually have the desert, and we have some wasteland and burnt forest kind of bleeding through. So it looks like this may actually be a nice peppered little area. So I tell you what, we're actually going to pop right over here and take a look at this. All right, and here we are. Just as I mentioned before, we're right here in this little area, and there is some pop through of the different biome types kind of spread around through here. So I'm going to get a little bit higher in the air, and as you can see, if you look, we've got some wasteland that kind of bleeds in right there. Saw another couple of spots here and there. That's actually a little bit of wasteland biome right there. Let's go here. Of course, we have the wasteland starting, like the full wasteland starting right over there. And as you'll notice, see, there we go. So we are actually in a section of wasteland right here. So these individual little sparse spots of wasteland kind of mixed into the desert biome right here actually give this a really interesting appeal, because it makes it look like some of these spots were just hit a little bit harder, and maybe from a role-playing standpoint they might be irradiated. So yeah, again, none of these super big POIs. We do have a larger POI here. Is this, I want to say, is this a vanity tower? We have the abandoned office tower here. Is that what it is? Yep. The abandoned office tower. So we do have some offices here. And yeah, other than that, we've got the Diamond Gentlemen's Club. Pretty nice looking bit of kit around here. It looks really, really good. I actually really enjoy and dig the fact that you have some of the peppering of the wasteland dropping through into this little town. I really like that. So let's take a look at the map. We are going to, let's see, we can go farther south. No, let's not do that. We are going to shoot across the lake here and into this wasteland area. And we're going to take a look at the wasteland. We're going to see if that looks a bit more built up, or if Fluffy stayed true to the name and kept this a suburban paradise. We're going to pop over there and be back in just a moment. And as we arrive at the marker that I dropped down, as you can see, with the exception of just a couple of the mid-sized POIs, Fluffy did keep true to the name of the map, and this still is a suburban paradise. We see some more factories over there in the distance. And again, this is right here on the map, this area to the far western side, the southwestern side. This is going to be the bulk majority of your wasteland over here. Lots of different spots. Again, some of this does bleed into some forest and burnt forest biome. You see a little bit of snow-capped hills over there. And then we've got the last place that we're going to go visit is right over here. It looks like we have what remains of the mountains of what was once a beautiful suburban utopia here. And of course we have our stuff over here in the burnt forest. So we're actually going to go, let's see, I think we're going to pop in right about here, right at this intersection. And we're going to take a look at all three of those areas. We're going to take a look at the burnt forest biome, the snow biome, and what is right there in the wasteland biome. So we're going to pop over there and be right back. All right, so here we are at the crossroads, right here between, we have wasteland just to our south. We are in and have the burnt forest just to our east here, and then we have the snow biome just to our northwest. So this is a nice little intersection here. So we're going to go just to the southeast real quick, and we're going to take a look at what we can see in that. Then we will head north and take a look at the burnt forest. and then finally finish up this particular version of the map tour right over here in the snow biome. So let's head right over here to the southeast. So here we are in the middle of the burnt forest. Now this looks more like the I would call this more of like a urban jungle, concrete jungle style of setting. We've got a good few of the not quite mid-sized POIs, but larger than the regular suburban POIs. So yeah, this definitely looks like it would have been more of the industrialized area of the map, but still none of the huge POIs, the Dashong Towers, nothing like that. This is going to be still keeping true to faith of the suburbanite feel of the map. We do have some apartment complexes and some office buildings, parking garages, things like that. So this looks like it would have been more of the industrialized section of the map. So still excellent job, very well executed. Now we're going to head just north and take a look at this, and then immediately to the west, and we're going to finish up in the snow biome. Right, and here we are just to the north on the map, right here, right in the center of the burnt forest biome, right in front of what looks like one of the super savage countries. So that's going to be your big sporting goods stores and things like that. Again, you still do not see any of the massive POIs that you would see in some of the mega city maps, the large city maps and things like that. Keeping it suburban, and I know I'm beating the absolute hell out of that term, but it is exactly what it is. And we have a nice little strip mall area here. Well, not strip mall, a nice little collective of businesses here. We've got a couple of Mo Powers. We've got a Shamway. We have the Super Savage Country right over there. So a nice little shopping area. It looks like we have some A1 auto salvage and things like that around here. So again, keeping it another savage country. Well, it's looter's paradise right through here. Again, keeping it blue and white collar around this area. We're going to pop from here straight across the highway and finish up right here in the snow biome. So we're going to pop over there and be right back. All right, and here we are over here in all you winter lovers' favorite area. We are here in the snow biome, and again, as before, it looks like we have some more. Is this another Mo Power? Yep, we got another Mo Power here. This is your snow-capped mountain hounds here, and again, none of the super massive POIs, none of the ridiculously large POIs. A nice blend of the small to medium-sized POIs, along with some of the farming POIs. That is going to be up here in we're going to say almost the northwestern corner, is situated just between some wasteland and another chunk of the burnt forest. This is going to be your winter wonderland area for you to come and enjoy. So yeah, there we go. So we are going to come over here and prop ourselves up just on this crane, and from here we're going to pop over and we're going to take a quick peek at the other two versions of this map, starting with Darkness Falls. Alright, so here we are right in front of the Genesis Psychiatric Hospital. This is the 10K version of the Darkness Falls suburban map. So here is where we are. So we spawned in just in this general area, and I darted over here to start this look through. So what we're going to do, starting from this area, we're going to hit all four corners of this map. We're going to take a quick peek at some of the forest biome, then we're going to run all the way down here, follow the highway to this desert and burnt forest biome. Take a look at that city, and then we're going to shoot across over here to the wasteland and take a quick peek at the wasteland biome in this city right here, and then we're going to come back up to the same intersection that we ended up in the vanilla walkthrough, and we're going to take a look at these three major areas here, ending up in the snow biome. So let's get started all the way back over here. All right, so let's get started by taking a peek at well, there's no better place than the suburban area that we're in right now. Right, so as we take to the air, and I look at a whole mess of pop-in because I am going too fast and I'm just a touch too tall, too high. All right, so as we take a look at everything, again, not a whole lot. We do see, like over there's a single skyscraper. We have kind of a large rundown apartment building here, but for the most part it's still that nice suburban feel that we had before. And I believe, I think I've seen that POI before. I think that's the two twin towers, or the twin two towers, something like that. We'll pop over there in just a second and take a quick peek. But as you can see, more of the suburban paradise in this area, and you can see kind of over there in the distance significant lack of the super large POIs. Now, this particular map, the Darkness Falls map, does come again with the PEP POIs integrated, so I'm sure that we're going to see at least a few of the, there's one right over there. I'm sure that we're going to see at least a few of the really large tier 5 POIs. But I can imagine that they're still going to be capped down to not a bare minimum, but enough that you don't feel completely overwhelmed when you get into some of these city areas. It's going to keep looking, it's going to keep having a suburban feel to it. So let's pop over. I can actually see it from here. Sky Ltd. Those, that is the Sky Twin Towers, or the Twin Sky Towers, something like that. Let's pop over there and take a quick peek. All right, so here we are right over here, and yes, this is the, it's got the Sky Diner. This is the Sky Twin Towers, or something of that effect. We're not going to get too close to it. I'm going to let you guys leave that for exploration for yourself. Now, I did see something behind this, and I can't quite tell from here, but if that's what I think it is, then you have got to try the Darkness Falls version of this map. I'm not sure if that's going to make an appearance in the Ravenhearst version, but we're going to pop over there and see if that's what I think it is. And if it is, I'm going to be super excited to play this particular version. Right, and my excitement was rewarded. So if you have ever watched, if you've ever watched anything from Neebs Gaming, anything from Glock 9, or if you've ever had the pleasure of playing this yourself, it's also, I believe, in the Margolis Compo Pack that should be re-releasing here pretty soon for the current stable. You immediately recognize this. This is the absolutely amazing POI known as the Eden Center Mall. I absolutely love this POI. I love watching other people take on this POI. This is an absolutely amazing place. There you go. Bring out your dad. Absolutely adore this POI. So yeah, you guys are in for a treat whenever you load this game up, or whenever you load this version of the map up, and you guys are going to have a lot of fun. So here we are. That's going to be the Eden Center Mall. Is going to be right here near this. Well, it looks like a broken pair of thongs, if you ask me. It looks like somebody's underoos there. So we're going to jump down here into the desert biome real quick, down here in the southeastern portion of the map, and take a look at what everything looks like there, and we'll be right back. All right, and here we are in the desert biome, and again, as you look out over the skyline, you'll notice there's another one of the Sky Twin Towers, and it doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of the, there's another one of the Twin Towers way over there in the distance. and it's not looking like there's going to be any of the super large POIs here either. So again, more of that titular suburban feel that the name suggests. So as you can look over there across the highway, you see just a couple of the large buildings kind of dotted across the skyline, and that's it. So again, we are just here on the map, and these two sections do go on quite a ways. So those are both some pretty good sized spots. So now we are going to pop across the highway, and we are going to jump over here into the wasteland. We're going to take a quick peek at this little area here to see if anything populates in the wasteland, because the wasteland is usually where you're going to find a lot of your much larger POIs in most of the base game circumstances. So we're going to take a look over here real quick and see what we can see. Alright, so here we are in the wasteland, and again, as you can see, as we glance out over the skyline here in the wasteland, not a whole lot of those super big POIs. Now, that's not to say that there's not tier 5 POIs. There's tier 5 POIs all over the blasted place, but it keeps and maintains that suburban feel. We have a couple of these buildings that were going up, and one of the mid-tier POI, or the mid-sized POIs over there from the PEP pack. But other than that, some of your larger POIs are going to be like your churches and cathedrals, things like that. And then there are a few of the Sky Twin Towers and things like that. And then of course you have your factory POIs and things of that nature. So again, a Fluffy Panda, keeping it true to namesake and keeping everything in the realm of suburbia and in the realm of suburban living. So we are just here on the map, as I said before. So we are going to pop across into, we're going to land smack dab in the middle of this large suburban area here and see if there's any of the big city stuff there. And then we're going to pop up just at this the same intersection that we popped into before, and we'll take a look into this suburban area here and into the forest biome, and then again we will finish up over here in the snowy peaks. All right, so here we are by what looks like Trader Jen's in this large wasteland area, this pretty large suburban area. So as you look out over the horizon here, again, we do see a couple of the larger POIs. I believe that's one of the reasonably tall skyscrapers. That looks like, I can't quite tell what that is over there in the distance, or that one. What else do we have around here? That looks like another one of the Gobart POIs, the Gobart office buildings. But it looks like we've gotten more of that suburbanite feel, keeping everything nice and true to the name. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing with this map. It's just so well executed. I absolutely love it. So let's take a look at the map. Here we are, and we are going to jump up just past the broken highway, right here into the same area that we took a look at before in the vanilla. Then we'll take a look at those two biomes to the right, and then we'll finish off there to the northwest in the snow. All right, so here we are over in the burnt forest biome. We're right here at our lovely Devil's Intersection, basically. And we're just going to run over here and take a quick peek, see what we can see. So as we approach the burnt forest area, we do see some high-rise POIs. Like, again, I think that is one of the Gobarts. I do believe that is the very first Deshong Tower that we have seen in this entire map. So there are some of the large vanilla POIs that show up as well. We do have a Deshong Tower. I believe that's also another reasonably tall skyscraper. But then when you look out over the skyline, even looking for silhouettes, again, there's still not very many of those super large POIs cluttering up the skyline. It's still a good bit of the suburban paradise, minus so much of the paradise. but it's still a good bit of that suburbanite feel. So really, really good job to Fluffy for keeping things on point with the name of the map. So we're going to pop up here into this area of the burnt forest. Actually, we're still in the wasteland here. I kept calling this the burnt forest. We're going to pop up here into the burnt forest, take a look at this, and then zip over to the snow biome and finish up the Darkness Falls version of this showcase. All right, and here we are in the middle of the burnt forest biome. We are right here by a Poppin' Pills. I believe it's right below us, actually. Yep. Right here at a Poppin' Pills. And again, as we scan the skyline, we can see we've got another one of the Gobart POIs here. I believe that is another one of the data centers. Another reasonably tall skyscraper. Whatever that Jenga building is. I can't remember the name of that POI at the moment. And as you look out at the rest of it, that's going to be all it looks like there's something, the silhouette of something over there in the skyline. But other than that, the rest of it, still keeping true to that nice suburban look and feel. So, all right, we are going to now pop over here to the snow biome, and we're going to wrap this portion of the showcase up and move on to Ravenhearst. All right, and here we are in the snow biome up here in the last major suburban area that we're going to take a look at. And again, as I scan the skyline, I see a Gobart's POI, I see the Jenga POI, I see what looks to be a reasonably tall skyscraper, and then that's it. The rest of it still keeps, I see there was something off to the right of the screen, way over there in the distance. But for the most part, looks like there's a reasonably tall skyscraper there. Yeah, for the most part, it looks like we're staying true to the suburban feel. And I absolutely adore that. I absolutely love that. It's easy to call a map something and then not portray it inside the map or inside the creation itself. And Fluffy did an excellent job staying true to the image that he wanted to portray in this particular mod map. So we are going to just drop down over here on top of this little POI, rest our wings, so to speak, and we are finally going to go over and we're going to check, last but not least, the 10K version of the Ravenhearst flavor of this particular mod map. So I will see you guys there in a second. All right, and here we are finally in the Ravenhearst version of the Mega Suburbia map, the 10K version, of course. And as always, we are in God mode. We do have zombies turned off completely, and you can tell it is Ravenhearst because, as you just noticed behind me, we have that lovely green billowing smoke signifying radiated areas. So we did start in just about the same area as before. Here I am, just close to I actually spawned in over here when we spawned into the game, just close to the northeastern portion of the map, the northeastern corner. And just like before, we're going to take a look at some of the stuff around here. Then we're going to shoot down to the lower right-hand corner, then over to the lower left, and back up to the snow biome, and that's where we're going to wrap this up. So let's take a peek at what we have around here. All right, so we do have the Genesis Asylum. That is one of the radiated areas. And immediately you notice, as make it a little bit lower so I deal with less of this pop in. As you scan the skyline, again, you notice not too much clutter on the skyline. We actually do have a good mix of just the suburban stuff here. Now I do, if I'm not mistaken, and please correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, I do believe that Ravenhearst has some of its own custom POIs. I could be wrong. It could use the vanilla POIs. Just let me know if I'm incorrect on that one. We have the Brainworm Memorial right there, another irradiated area. Let's see what we have kind of over here. Is that wind turbines I see in the distance? I think it's wind turbines. It was, in fact, wind turbines that I saw over here in the distance. Okay, so this lets me know Because I know this isn't a vanilla POI. So it does look like Ravenhearst does come with its own some of its own custom POIs. So that is a definite plus. So you guys are going to be able to enjoy some of the more familiar POIs associated with the Ravenhearst mod pack on this map. And again, as we look over there in the distance, not a whole lot of skyline clutter. Nice clean skyline, nice suburban areas, your smaller POIs. Again, just like before, that obviously does not mean that there's no tier 5 POIs over there, or none of the tougher POIs. This is the Ravenhearst mod after all. So if you're not prepared, this mod will absolutely chew up your posterior portions and spit them back in your face. So let's take a look. So we are just here near this little area. We are going to jump down to the lower portion of this this collection of suburban area right here, and continue our way south from there. So I will see you guys in just a moment. And here we are in that lower section of the suburban area on the far right side of the map. It looks like we're over here by the McDowells. And I think, is that a cracker book? I believe that is one of the large cracker books. It is. All right, so we've got the big cracker book there, and I'm willing to bet this is going to be, yep, this is radiated. So we've got some more of your radiated POIs. Doesn't look like it's going to matter where what the biome is. You're going to have these radiated POIs no matter where. So again, looking out across a nice clean skyline, you can see the hills in the background and some of the mountains back there. And as well, I believe that is the desert biome. So we're going to pop over there here in just a moment. So again, here we are just in about the middle of the right of the map. And we are going to slide right down here, check out this section in the desert biome, and then continue our way across the bottom on into the wasteland. So we're going to head down to the desert, and I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, so here we are down in the desert, and again, by scanning the skyline, you see an absolute utter lack of the large-scale POIs. So it looks like with Ravenhearst's particular POIs involved, you're going to be able to keep that suburban feel even more, a little bit closer to the vanilla style of this particular map. Because over with the Darkness Falls version, we did have the PEP POI pack, so you're obviously going to get some of the bigger POIs involved. So if you would like some of the slightly larger POIs, the taller ones and things like that, to make it look more like a city skyline, the Darkness Falls version of this map is going to be the way you want to go. But if you want to keep it true suburbanite, blue collar, upper middle class kind of feeling to your gameplay, you definitely want to go with vanilla or with the Ravenhearst mod. So yeah, taking a look at that, we do have some of the factory style POIs and things like that, just making it look like this was a nice working class town. So this is us here in the desert biome. So we're going to go ahead and hop across the highway, and we're going to stop in at the usual spot right here in the wasteland and continue our way across and up, with our next stop being right here in this large wasteland suburban area here. And we'll continue on up to the crossroads where the snow biome is. So give me just a second and I'll be right back. All right, and here we are, and if it's not painfully obvious by looking at my screen, even though I am in God mode, I am not safe from the radiation that exists within the Ravenhearst mod. So we are here in the wasteland, and as you can see, there are just a few of the larger POIs. We have one of the large cathedral style POIs, and whatever this POI right here is, I can't really tell. I think that's the abandoned apartment complex. But other than that, again, we are sticking with the suburban feel here in Ravenhearst. And we're going to go ahead, because I do not feel like giving myself a radiation suit. If you've played Ravenhearst, you know all about the radiation. Don't go anywhere without your radiation suit, because this is what happens. We're going to go ahead and pop over into the middle of this particular wasteland area and see if we see any of the large POIs there, and continue our way on up north. Right, and here we are in front of the ever popular Zombona Hotel. It's one of the more popular POIs, again in that massive section of wasteland. And as you can see, excluding the fact that you can barely see past the green haze on my screen, again, relatively clean skyline. I do see a couple of silhouettes off in the distance of some of the larger POIs, but again, this is the wasteland, and this is one of the largest sections of map. So you are going to get some of those those large vanilla POIs involved in this. So from here, we are going to continue our way on up to the north. And where is our crossroad? There's our crossroads. We're going to pop up here, and actually we're going to pop up just a bit taller. We're going to go ahead and skip looking into this particular POI because I have got to get the green off of my screen. We're going to pop in right up here in the burnt forest biome, and then hop over the highway to the snow. So I will join you guys over there in the burnt forest in just a moment. Alright, and here we are over in the burnt forest, and I never thought I would say this, but the smoky, ashen aesthetic of the burnt forest is such a welcome sight after hanging around for just a little while in that radiated hellscape that is the wasteland on Ravenhearst. God, this mod is brutal. Alright, so again, as we scan the skyline, we see off in the smoky and foggy distance the tops to some factories. We see the tops to some more workable spaces, but we don't see the super large, super tall POIs. So as I said before, if you want to keep to the suburban feel of this particular mod map, you're going to want to play either vanilla or the Ravenhearst versions. If you want to add some of those larger city POIs to the mix and make it look like some of the larger suburban areas do in fact have a downtown area, you're going to want to go with the Darkness Falls version. So we are going to pop right over here into the snowy area, the snow biome of this particular version of the mod map, and we are going to wrap this mod map showcase up there. So I'll be back in just a moment. And here we are flying in a winter wonderland over here in the snow biome. And again, if you look at that nice, crisp, clean skyline, none of those super big POIs, it just snow-capped mountains and nice suburban landscape. So it's gonna bring this section of the showcase to a close. It looks like, yeah. So again, absolutely amazing job. We're going to go ahead and land over here on this somewhat tall POI. While we head over here, again, absolutely amazing job as usual by Fluffy Panda. Wait for the pop-in to finish up. But great job by Fluffy Panda on yet another absolutely amazing mod map. 3 different versions of this one. Oh, of course I am standing in radiation. You know what, we're just gonna keep our wings on while we bring this to a close. So another absolutely amazing job by Fluffy Panda on this particular mod map. 3 different versions, Vanilla, Ravenhearst, and Darkness Falls. Lots of different sizes. Again, you've got 6, 10, and 16K for Vanilla, 6, 10, and 16K for Darkness Falls. And as of this recording, 6 and 10K are available for Ravenhearst. So I'm going to set down somewhere that's not going to give me radiation poisoning, and we are going to go over how exactly you can acquire this mod map. Alright guys, so here we are at the Nexus mod space for 7 Days to Die. Now at the time of recording this showcase, Fluffy has actually not yet uploaded the mod. He has not uploaded or published the map yet. But by the time this video is edited and published, or at least very shortly thereafter, you'll be able to come to the Nexus and actually grab Fluffy's mod. So the easiest thing to do is just go up to your search bar, type in a Fluffy Panda just as you see on screen, hit enter, and that's going to bring you to each and every one of his mods. Now, or each and every one of his maps. Now, this particular map is the Fluffy Panda Mega Suburbia A21. So that's what you're going to look for when you jump down in here and you look for that map. And like I said, and I've said it a couple of different times, there are several different flavors and sizes. You have vanilla, 6K, 10K, and 16K. Darkness Falls, PEP, PLY integrated, 6, 10, and 16K. And then the Ravenhearst 6 and 10K. They will all be available right here on the Nexus mod space very shortly after the time of this video being published. Well guys, with that beautiful suburban backdrop at our shoulders and the sun setting before us, that is going to bring this super special episode of the Mod Map Showcase to a close. And God, what a showcase it was. Covered a lot of ground today. So remember guys, this is the Fluffy Panda's Mega Suburbia map, available, I'm very sure, shortly after the publish of this episode. And guys, if you want to go say hi to Panda yourself, you can find him over on Discord, often hanging out on the old Farks Discord or on Tarragon. Both of those are going to be linked down in the description below. Also, if you want to support Fluffy and show the love and appreciation for all of these absolutely amazing mod maps that he keeps pumping out for us, be sure to go check out his Buy Me a Coffee link or hit him up on PayPal. Both of those links are going to be in the description as well. Also, credit where credit is due. A good portion of this mod showcase wouldn't have been possible without the overhaul mods Darkness Falls and Ravenhearst. So I want to give a big shout out to Kane's Corner and Jack's Teller 718 respectively. Both of the links to their Discords are also down in the description below, so you can jump in, say hi, and keep up with current events on those overhaul mods. Also linked in the description below, you're going to find Kane's Corner's YouTube channel directly. Make sure to go over there, check out some really awesome, really super cool content. Kane's a really awesome guy. Make sure to tell him I sent you. Also in the description below, you're going to find a link to just about every single one of my social medias directly. You can find me just about anywhere at Grimstone Gamer. I do follow all gamers back. If you want to be especially awesome, you can check out my Patreon and become a gremlin. Watch us grow as a community and a family. Watch the channel blossom. And as always, if you guys are new around here and you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure to smack it on your way out. You have no idea how much I appreciate it and how much it means to me. I love each and every single one of you guys. Mad respect to all of you. And guys, remember, always stay great, stay gamers, stay grim.